Thank you. You should try to leave pin messages for the people to interact with just for the engagement. I got some today, I look a bit prepared-ish today, but let me see how dang, I had it. Wait, let me find them. I spent today trying to come up with some. I want today's topic to be about adulting. I'm late, but me reach. I'm late, but me reach. Hold on. Dang, I can't find my little question. I can't find my little questions the little that I had on there. How are you? Hey, Kyle, where are dear? Kyle, what are you doing here watching me? Um, I know I'm fashionably late. Hey, Kyle, how is it going? Did you do your driver's license and did you pass? Let me put you on the spot on the live. Reds, hold on. Reds, how do I do the pin comments? I don't know how to do the pin comment. Do I say something and then how do I have to put it? Do I have to do it from my thing? Hi, poetic. Pass one time. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. I didn't even know that they had them open on civic holiday. Oh, I have to use another device? Okay. Let me try. Oh, I think I could do it here on my computer. I have everything set up. I have my computer and my iPad. So guys, Kyle is my friend from like Kyle, how long did I know you for? I think I've known you for 20 years. Is it 20 years or something like that? On my life for the first time. And you guys know like I have to take a look of time to warm up again cuz I don't know why I'm always nervous, but I am. But y'all know when I warm up. 20 plus? 20 plus, huh? Did you get notification, Kyle? Like how did you know I was on here? Okay, let me see if I can find myself. I'm still a baby yet. They still look a bit newish. I'm trying to figure out how I click on here and see myself live. I don't know. I don't see my live popping up on here. What's going on? Wagwan. You're doing fine. Thank you. And for everyone coming in, can you please like my live, please? And thank you very much. Notification pop up, so come to watch. Thank you. Don't be too hard on me, okay? There my community's in the chat. There's Red's room. Since he found me never find him find me. But since he found me, he's been so supportive and I've been seeing like a substantial amount of growth thanks to him. And his community is top notch. The red line. That's why I call them the red line. And poetic, she's been supporting from day one. She's supported from day one. So, feel free to say hello to my peoples. These my peoples. I still can't find myself on my okay, let me use the iPad. Let me use the iPad. Okay, first let me see. Forgive me. I'm new to this. And thank you guys for being like, being on time even when I wasn't. I appreciate it. Um Okay, I found me here. Oh, there's so much people in here. Hey, Christopher. Okay, I found me
Oh,
here. Okay, let me put the comment, and then let me see if I how I pin. There we go. Okay, there we go. Kyle said, "Seeing you're a novelty queen, everyone, your loyal subjects and subscribers. You're so funny. You're so funny." Okay, so today's topic is adulting, and for those coming in, let me just start by saying thank you for popping in. It'll be very appreciative if you could just hit up the look like button as you come in, just so I know that what I'm doing here is appreciated. And today's topic is about adulting, if I haven't said that a million times already. And the next thing is my content is business and creative lifestyle. However, these lives that you guys are going to be seeing for the next couple of weeks or possibly the next month is not necessarily based off of the content on my channel. To be honest with you, I'm trying to build me some watch hours. So your girl is showing up. And not only that, but I'm also trying to get into the live. I'm trying to get into the hand of going live, building up my confidence and my nerves, all those good things. So bear with me and come in, enjoy the chat, meet and greet. There's some wonderful people here in this comment section. You can't find any better anywhere else. You heard this here first. And if you guys don't mind, another thing I would like for you guys to do is as you come in, just let me know in the comment section where it is you guys are tuning in from. That is always like a nice thing to know and see. I just want to see how far my reach is going, you know? Now, let's get into it. Good evening, Christopher. Let me say good evening to everybody. Good evening, Reds. Good evening, Kyle Knight. Good evening, Poetic. Did I catch everybody? I caught everybody. Do you know the other day, Reds, was it? I think actually on the weekend when I went to Ribfest with my the second day when I went with my daughter, and I don't remember, she said something or I said I don't know what, I don't even remember what the conversation was about, but I just know by habit, out of habit, I was like, and I caught myself and I stopped, and she's like, "Mom, were you about to do this?" I'm like, I was. Poetic says, "I'm from Arkansas." Okay, so the one question I have for everybody, right? When it comes to adulting, it's right here. What's one myth about adulting that you were told as a child that now that as a big grown person, you know is a lie? For me, I think it will get better when you get older. I don't know which adult told me this, but you lie, you lie. Cause it's not getting better as you got no older. And one thing I do wish though, like in school, hello, Life of Pearl. Life of Pearl also says hello, chat. Thank you for coming in. So today's topic is pinned. It is we're talking about adulting, and the question is, what's one myth about adulting that you were told as a child that now that you're an adult you realize it not nagasa? Poetic says, "Hi, Life of Pearl." Yeah. So when I was growing up, I feel like honestly, okay, let's skip that. Let's just get into the fact that I feel like schools need to do better in teaching us like preparation for our adulthood, because we get here and it's like, what was this? If you go to work, okay, so Life of Pearl says if you go to work hard, you'll be able to pay your bills. Lies like it is. Man, you be working two, three jobs and you still can't pay out. You still can't pay them bills. Poetic says, girl, not better at all. It sure isn't. It sure isn't. Life of Pearl says, hello, Poetic. Poetic says, take me back to childhood. Right? Oh my goodness, I miss my childhood. I think, honestly, there was two teachers that kind of gave us a glimpse of what adulting was going to be like. And one, it was my math teacher. I had a math teacher. He not only taught us about math, but he taught us about principles of life and, you know, actually things that we're going to use. Like, oh, I just saw myself on here and I was like, "Ah, wait." Yeah, he taught us about things that we're actually going to be using in life, like, you know what I mean. And I had another teacher, honestly, she was, I think, my grade 3 teacher. I don't remember what subject she taught. I don't remember, but I do remember that she had set up a little storefront inside of her classroom, and the way we earn money is by completing our work and getting good grades and doing a look at tasks, showing up on time, etc., a little something like that. And she'll give us money, and then she buys, like, stickers and pens and these little trinkets that kids will like, and we were able to use our money to pay for that. And that kind of helped with learning how to manage your money, because when you get older, man, let me catch up. Life of Pearl says, exactly. Definitely depends on the economy at the moment. Christopher said, childhood memories, sensational for life. No, Document says, hey, Novelty, hey, chat, hey, Document. So today we are talking about adulting, and the topic is, what's one myth about childhood? What's one myth about childhood that you were told, and now that you're an adult, you realize it was a lie? Poetic Tear says, hey, Manda. Let me see if I missed anybody. Okay, I'm caught up. Yeah. So I feel like that one teacher, like, she did me great justice, because honestly, like, I learned how to save. But them other stuff like gym, like, what was the purpose of having gym? Art class, I think art class, depending on what it is that you're gonna do later on down, it might come in handy, it might not. But I do feel like they need to teach us more life lessons in, like, the earlier years. So we know. Amanda says, hey, Poetic Tears. Don't forget to please hit the like button as you guys come in. It's greatly appreciated. Manda said, if I kiss a boy, I will get pregnant. Oh my, Manda, say, when I was younger, my mom, right? She used to tell us not to sit on any male's lap, because she said that's how you get pregnant. Hi, Mercy, welcome in. She used to say, if you sit on a male's lap, you're gonna get pregnant. I'm glad you bring that one up. Our parents be telling us some things when we're younger, boy. It's like, how can we trust you? You've been lying to us our whole entire existence. Ain't no way. So, Mercy, we're talking about adulting. So, what's one thing that, your parents or any adult in your life told you when you're growing up that you now, as a big person, realize it was a whole lie? Red says, in all honesty, never knew my dad, and my mom did what she could to provide. The streets taught me a lot, but her humble nature is what I mirrored and kept alive. Amen. I love that. Manda said, they were awful, trust me. Poetic says, that's a good one, Manda. Lies, lol. Manda said, I tell my daughter as it is, as you should. Get them prepared, because you don't want the wrong thing to reach them. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, they're hiding from kissing and doing other things and end up where you never want them. And they thought they were avoiding the whole scenario by not kissing. Don't do that. Or sitting on laps. Yes, poetic crazy turn. We in a fool before time. Facts. Poetic says, right, Manda, that's how I was telling them, like it is. Manda says, hey, Red's room. Exactly. I prefer to tell. Okay. I do that too. I think with my kids, although like honestly, I feel like my kids are a little bit too advanced for their little selves because I feel like the school taught them more than what I pushed out. I remember one time my son, he was like 2 years old, and he came home and we went to the park, and there was some grown folks doing what grown folks shouldn't be doing in the park, and I, 'cause we have to scoop up my kids and fly home. And when we got home, my son is like, I know what they were doing, mom. And I'm like, what were they doing? And he's like, they were having X. And I almost fell over, and I'm like, who the heck taught you that? Like, what the hell are they teaching you guys in school? I was like, what the heck? But madam, I wasn't ready. Red says, Manda, big up yourself. Document says, exactly. I prefer to tell them than someone else. Facts. Kyle says, I was taught if I curse or lie, the blackbird will pick out my eye. That was a lie. Kyle, at what point in time in your life did you learn that? 'Cause you cuss like sailor, you know. You curse like a sailor. When did you discover that? Christopher says, eat your veggies and you'll be able to run faster than cheetah. Oh, I've never heard that one before. But oh my goodness, don't kill me. For real? I've always heard like eat your veggies and you grow big and strong, or drink milk and you'll grow. Man, I've been drinking milk from the day I was born up until maybe a few years ago, and I'm still only 5 feet. Could you imagine? That was a lie. Red's laughing at Kyle. Poetic's laughing at Kyle. Document says, no, now to these kids now know more than us, way too much. And the funny thing is, like with my kids, like when they were growing up, I never had cable. I never had cable. And I never gave them devices. Like when they were a little bit old, I think when they got to like 8 or 10, I started giving them devices because I was trying to prevent that. But I don't know. Red says Fox Manda, and Poetic says a whole lie, Kyle. Document says Documents laughing with Kyle. Document says Christopher, go see how you eating up the veggies. Poetic says right Manda at the age. If these kids know more than us. Poetic says age of 2. Just 2. Red says the one thing I do remember is one go follow your friend them and say what get you. What you gonna get? You know what? That I tell my kids that I used to tell my kids that all the time. Well, I think for them I mostly say like puss and dog don't have the same look. You can't prevent the inevitable. That's true. That's true. But I'm so glad that with my kids though, even though like whatever it is that they were learning from friends and stuff like that, it didn't affect what I was teaching them, because I noticed like when celebrities are a certain type of way and people are in the comment section saying like, oh my gosh, kids are watching da da da, like for me I always learned that like it's not other people's responsibility to raise your kids. And I know like sometimes you do the best you can, but your kids don't always turn out the way that you want them to turn out. But then again, like if you have 5 pitney and all 5 of them terrible, you're doing something wrong. If you have 5 pitney and 3 and 2 out of 5 is like went downhill, then you know it wasn't you. Like you know what I mean? But Red says you can't prevent. Okay, I read that story. And Amanda said Red's room, that was their slang. Red said Manda ninja no follow people. Red said Mana ninja, as you should. What else is it that your parents had told you guys that you guys know is a lie? I'm trying to think of what did my mom tell me? You know, one thing my mom. Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna say that here. Skip it. Exactly, now too. We just have to pray for them. Amen. Trust me, especially in these times, like I'm so grateful the times that I grew up with. Although, like I feel like in our times, like we grew ourselves. You know what I mean? Because I realized most people from our time were like we were raised by single mothers. Some people want, single fathers, but they were so busy hustling trying to make sure that like a lot of the kids got the best, and some parents just, I don't know what they were doing, but the kids normally had to push out, go eat your carrots and you'll see better. It's true, because look, I'm still wearing glasses and I ate enough carrots too. That was a whole lie. See, now I'm wearing exactly, me too. Me too. Mother said I'm here not feeling so well though. Like I'm coming down with the flu. So I'm not gonna stay. I'm not gonna stay. Gonna try and rest. Manda, as you should, go and rest. Thank you so much for coming. Drink some ginger. Ginger always, or some garlic. Boil some garlic and little yeah, some garlic, and drink that. That always helps. And you can also mix the garlic and the ginger. Red says one veggies. Red says all good, Manda. Thank you so much for the time that you came and spent. Like, thank you, Manda. Thanks, girl. Manda says, bye, everyone. This is what her parents told her, Manda. Oh, man. Let me see. Ah, I thought I came well prepared today. Okay, so if you guys were to build your own, oh, let me take this down and add on. Oh, I have to go back up here and do it. Okay, I'm trying to go in between. Let me put the next question right here. So, and add that pin. And where's the next one? Here it is. Okay, so the next question, if you guys, as adults, if you guys had to go way back, right? Like go back in time to your younger self, and you had to build like an adult starter pack, right? What are three things that you would add in your adult starter pack? So for me, I think like my three things. The first one would be like a budget planner. It'll be a budget planner. And the second thing would be, I don't know, some kind of essay or something that teaches me how to build credit. And the third one, I don't know the third. Oh, I think it would be like a business plan, to be honest, because I feel like if I had started business younger, it would have sell off. Christopher says, eat your veggies and you'll be able to run faster than a cheetah. How's your speed right now, Christopher? How fast are you? You feel like if you and the cheetah was in the jungle, you'll win. You know, you'll be up for the task. So next question: what three things you would put in your adulting survival kit if you had to go back and hand it over to your younger self? Like you go back and you're like, here, hold this. This is what you need to know when you get older. Only three things. Three things. For those coming in, thank you very much for coming in. Please hit the like button as you come in. We're talking about adulting today. And feel free to let me know where it is that you guys are tuning in from. And feel free to, meet and greet, introduce yourself to the people in the chat. They're awesome people. Red says three notes. Okay, so one, keep credit clean. Two, no criminal records. And three, clean driver's abstract. Yeah, I like that. That would be a really good adult starter pack, because honestly, I feel like as kids, the first thing, like me, I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I was driving. And as soon as I got my car, although I was a little bit like I should have known better because I bought my first car, I think I was like 22 or something like that. And when I'm by myself, I be speeding down them highways. I be fast and furious. I didn't get in no problems, thank God. But like you know what I mean, it would have been something I would have been able to like look back at and been filled with regrets had something happened. So that's good for the starter pack. I don't have a criminal record, but that's also a good thing too because a lot of adolescents and younger children be doing way too much with themselves without consequences because everybody feel like it's all fun and games and keep your credit clean. And that part, let me drink like a water. Honestly, like I wish. Sorry. Hi. Hi. I don't. Malawi. Did I say your name right? Hello, Malawi. I hope I said that right. Thank you for coming in. Please hit the like button. Today we're talking about adulting. The first question that we had was, what's one thing that your parents told you as a child that you, as an adult now, realize it was a myth, like it was all lies? That's the first question, and the second question's on the screen, is pinned. So go ahead and answer that if you don't mind. And you can scroll up and read some of the responses that we had already. I can scroll up and read some for you. There was one, Christopher had said that eat your vegetables and you'll be able to run faster than a cheetah. And Kyle said he was taught that if if he cursed or lied, the black bear will pick out all his eyes. Real, that was a lie. Poetic says, "Hi, Malawi. It's so hard for me to. It's so hard for me to get that." And another question for all those. Rez, did you go to Rib Fest? Yesterday was the last day. Yeah? You were so like you're like so adamant you didn't want to miss it. Molly says yes. It's Paul. Oh, okay. Can you repeat the question, please? Okay, so the first question is, what is one thing as a child when you were younger that your parents told you is gonna happen when you become an adult, and now that you're an adult, you realize that it was nothing went like that. Red's Room says, "Welcome to the live, everyone." Red's Room said, "I crashed out novelty." Why? The day one, it got me. The Rib Fest, day one I recorded it and there was like a very few people, not many. When I did my live, I regret not doing my live day two. But I gave my son, because he didn't his something was on his phone, so I gave him my chip, sorry, my phone to use because he was going to Caravana, and you know how Caravana can get. So just in case, I gave him my phone. But oh my goodness, I wish day two was so crowded and the ribs was better. But I feel like as the days progressed, like if for some reason the ribs got better and better. Because day one, the ribs weren't that great. Day two, they got better. And my daughter said she went yesterday. So she went 2 days in a row as well. She went yesterday and she said the ribs were so big and juicy and they were so good. But day two, there was so many people. Day two was fun for us because day two we went on the ride, and I got to witness somebody. They won. Two people won the basketball game. One person they took the big teddy bear, and the other person they got a jersey. I was like, what? I wanted to do day three, but honestly, I was feeling a little tired-ish. I feel look tired-ish. And the two look days I went out, that's how I know I'm becoming like, seasoned. Because the 2 days I went out, one whole day I had to sleep. I was so tired. I was so tired. Okay, so another question I want to ask you guys too. Okay, so what was your I'm officially an adult moment? I feel like for me, even though I was still a teenager, I feel like for me, my official adult moment was when I was like 14. And I think because I was living on my own practically. So I was like, yeah, adult. But officially, I feel it was in my mid 20s. It was in my mid 20s, I think like 25. Yeah, 25 when I start to realize like, oh man, I'm a mother. I'm raising my kids by myself. I'm hustling. I'm doing my thing. Like, you know what I mean? I'm pushing. I'm surviving. Red says it's true. We usually go on day two and it's crazy crowded. I didn't know that. Paul says, okay, thanks. My parents told me not to eat eggs. They said if I do, I will not be able to grow tall. I'm grown up and I'm tall. So I'm guessing you ate the eggs then. Red says parking alone was an issue. It was. It was day two when we were leaving because my day one was my daughter, sorry, my son. That's the live I do with my son. Day two was my daughter because she had to work on the Saturday, so she couldn't come on that day. So day two, my daughter came, and no, sorry, day Friday was my son, then Saturday was my daughter. Yes, and my little sister decided to come, and she brought her children, and she when she parked, like it took her so long to come in, and we're like, how come it's taking you so long? And she's like, oh, I parked so far because there's no parking. And we're like, it can't be that far. When the thing was done and we were walking to the car, we were like, okay, we get it. No. Red said parents are liars. Go figure. Parents are liars. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And then the worst part about it is they always want you to tell the truth. You always have to tell the truth because if you don't, it's big problem. But I mean, sir, ma'am, says you were learning from, right? She parked on the street, didn't she? No, actually, they. I don't know if you know, like, there's a part, and I just discovered this on day two myself because I've never actually been this far out. But there's a section that they have just for dogs. It's a dog section actually where you could go and sit there with your dog and he gets to run around, and it's kind of like little sections caged off, so I guess each individual could have their dog there. And there's like some buildings, apartment buildings right there too, so right there they extended it so people are over there parking on the grass like a whole field and stuff like that. And oh my goodness, let me tell you, so when we were coming out, we saw this, there was a lady, this elderly lady. She was driving on one of those golf carts, right? And we're coming out. She passed us going up, and then when we're coming, then we noticed that she was coming back down, and she comes like she speed past the car, and she stopped because she kind of needed us to kind of back up so she could pass again. And she stops at the window, and she's like, "I'm so sorry." She's like, "Do you mind if I go?" She's like, and she like fixed her glasses, and she's like, "This lady just called my grandson stupid." I said, "Go get her, mama." Me and my mix up self. I said, me and my mix up self. Check, this lady just called my grandson stupid. Like she was on it. I was like, oh man, I didn't know it was gonna go down, but I knew the people behind us. They keep beeping, 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 and it's like, calm down. She's handling her business. But yeah, it was hectic. It was hectic, but I'm not gonna lie. It was really really nice. It was really really nice. I feel like they need to do better though with the ticket pricing because how much we spent? Okay. I was gonna get 30. Sorry, it was 16 tickets. Was it 16? Yeah, I think it was 16 tickets, but it was $30. And then my sister decided she was like, Because if you spend 50, I think you got like additional 16. So she put 20 on it. She's like, give us the additional 16. There was one ride. It was 6 tickets per person. That's such a ripoff. And then the other rides were like 4 tickets, and then the other rides, there was one those for the kiddie rides, there were like 3 tickets. That's a ripoff. Network issues here. Is it only me? I think so. Could do you guys see me or hear me? Okay, so Red says the network is fine on his side. Paul says, "Wow, that was too extreme. She wasn't to call old person stupid." No, it wasn't. It wasn't an old person. Like her grandson, because this was like a white lady, and her grandson was black. So I don't know. Like I think yeah, her grandson was black. So another white lady called him stupid, right? While she went to grab some stuff. So when she came back, as soon as she came back, he told her, and she was like, we ain't having this. So she went to handle that. What says not experiencing network issues on my end. So yeah, I think it's only you, Paul. Red said the CNE is the same crap. Do you know I've been to the CNE one time? I've never been down there because honestly, I don't like the crowd. I really and truly don't like the crowd. And honestly, like the first day for me, the crowd was just right. The second day, I was like, what the heck is this? And it's like as we were leaving, more people were coming, and I was like, it was already packed. But the vibe was nice though because the music that they were playing, the music that the people were singing, I was like, wait, they were taking you back. They were playing some oldies but goodies, and everybody was up vibing on their chair. They didn't do that the first day because people were just kind of like looking and but everybody was dancing and grooving. I was like, what? This was nice. I was like, this is the day I should have recorded. It was such a vibe. Everything is perfect. Wow, I understand now. Yeah, but let me see. And what's one chore you guys hate doing? Honestly, I think for me, one thing that I still don't like doing, well, actually, it wasn't a problem until my kids got bigger. I think for me, it's washing dishes. Like, I detest washing dishes. I detest washing dishes. Like, I feel like, because as soon as you wash two dishes and you blink, there's like two more. And it's like you wash them and then two more. And it's like, when does this end? What is CNE? Can you clarify? Okay, so the CNE, it's Reg, what is it? It's what is it? It's like a tall building that we have down like downtown in downtown Toronto. Let me see if I can get a picture. Let me see if I could do a Google and show you what it is. It's like this tall building downtown where they normally host like they have is it I think it's the baseball games and stuff like that, and they have like festivals like rides, bumper carts and stuff like that. Like I don't know how to explain it. There's different stuff in it. It's for the like the Blue Jays. Reds, help me out now. Help me out. How you explain the CNE? Cause I don't know. It's a whole bunch of I don't know how to explain it. It's I think it stands for Canadian National Exhibition. I believe that's what it stands for. So it's just I don't yeah. Let me see if I can find a picture because I don't know how to explain it. It's just somewhere you go and there's like rides and games and a whole bunch of different things. There's restaurants. Have you ever seen like the skyscraper building? Let me see if I can Google it before I make myself look like a clown on here. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see. Okay, so is this? Oh, Oh, actually, okay. So I don't know if you can see it. Actually, they do have a casino there. They opened up a casino a couple years ago, but it's like um, what is called like they have games and stuff down there, as you can see. Can you see it? Let me see if I can find some more pictures for you and blow up. Oh, so it's Canadian National Exhibition. Okay, so I hope you can see it. You see how you steer? You see how you stay, Kyle? The other day I said, Kyle, cook the look of ribs now. Cook the look of ribs. Huh? No, if today you're gonna like what you're gonna cook your ribs. One man, lucky I went to the local place and get look of ribs 2 days in a row. I can see it. Thanks. I see things in movies. Really, you guys don't have these in Africa? If you come to like Canada, and I think like they have things like this in America as well. I think. I I think. Anybody from America here could confirm. It's a little festival, a little fun fairs and stuff like that. But every year, the first week of August, they have Rib Fest, and they have like I guess you could call like a mini version of the CNE plus ribs, because the CNE they don't have ribs, not like the way they have it for Rib Fest, and a whole bunch of people go and enjoy themselves. But I just feel like it's a little bit too expensive because you're gonna have to spend like thousands just for your whole like 5 people to go on a few rides. Yes, people, only in movie. Well, you could be the first to bring it over there. You could be the first to bring it over there. Once your YouTube takes off and you're doing the big things, you could make a little something something. I don't know what that's gonna cost, but you could do a little something something, for your community. That would be really nice. Wow, that's super expensive. It is. Okay, so I mean, $1,000 a little. I'm over exaggerating, but you do spend a pretty penny. Because, like I said, I spent um $50 for the first round of tickets, and we went on two rides, three rides. Not all of us together. The first one, all of us went, and then the second one, I think only like three of us could go. So and the ticket was done, and we had to go and spend another $50 for another set of tickets. That was like $100 on tickets, and you'd even get to go on all the rides. It can get quite expensive. Exactly. It's such a shame. I think next year I'm just gonna go for the ribs. I might not do the rides because I can't afford the rides. I cannot. Oh, that is too far. I wanted to finish this thing too. I started doing a top from a data. I said I was gonna finish it on the live, but I didn't know how that was gonna look. Everybody have a blessed day. Novelty, I will talk to you later. Thank you for coming, Poetic. See you later. Yeah, I started doing it. I started doing some more like I started doing some more little things like some keychains and stuff because I want to do more um I say a lot. I apologize. Red said bless up poetic. Thank you so much for coming and spending time with me. I want to do some more. Let me show you what I've been doing. Hold on. I only did one so far. I feel like I do like 1,000 projects all at one time. So I said I want to do can you see it? Some little purse keychains. Usually you'll stuff it, but I feel like I want to leave it open like this so you could put like your little like the you could put your little change or little little quarters and stuff in there. I'm gonna share this live. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah. So I started doing a little some purse keychains. I love this. Some more stuff I want to add. And I said I want to do some more. I want to do some teddy bears, but honestly, I'm not too good at the look of teddy bear thing. Yeah, I'm not too good with the teddy bears, but I want to try to make my own little teddy bears. And worse, we went to Walmart a couple days ago, and I found out that Walmart does they sell the stuffing for the bears. So I'm gonna try to experiment with that because I want to make more keychains. Like I make keychains now, but they're resin. But I want to make keychains like this, like you know what I mean? My crochet keychain. And I saw like a slipper pattern that I want to do, a little flip flop. I want to do some of those too. I want to do some of those too. But I'm slowly working on the still working on the bags. Let me show you guys one of the ones I've done so far. Hold on. Let me go get it. I'll be right back. You guys don't go no place. Okay. So I finally finished this one. This is the one that goes with the headband that I always wear. I was finally able to finish this one. Honestly, like I am so in love with this. So I still have a few more to go, but I'm still working on it behind the scenes. Although I haven't been posting about it too much, but this where's the headband? Oh, I don't have the headband nearby. Let me get the headband. Hold on one second. I have to show you guys it together. I'm so all over the place. Hold on, forgive. Okay, let me show you guys with the headband together. So see the headband and then the bag. Like this would be such of a cute little 2 cents. And I might, well, actually, I cannot. Like, it would have been so cute if I could do a little keychain. Hey, Simone, how are you? On Red Light, was it yesterday? You were saying you don't feel too good. How are you feeling today? You take some break, Simone. You need to take some breaks. This whole weekend, I took time off. I went to Rib Fest with my kids and stuff like that. I missed so many different lives, and I'm like, I'm gonna catch them up. Maybe like next week, I'll try to catch up back on a lot of your lives and yours. I was trying to catch yours, but I didn't realize I'm gonna be out so late. I did not know I was gonna be out so late, but I was out, and I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed the local time. Although like those 2 days knocked me right out. I had to take like a whole day to sleep. It was crazy, but I did enjoy. I did enjoy. You need one of those days, Simone. Paul says, "Wow, this is very beautiful. You were so creative. You made it on your own, no help, because it looks like it's a machine which made." Really? Thank you. Thank you. No, I'm. I made it. I made it on my own. This one I didn't use a machine. When I do my hats, my not the I have two different type of hats that I do. The ones with the brims, I do that by hand because the machine can't do that. But I do have a machine to do like the tubes. Um, because I could get more done faster that way. But for the bags, unfortunately, especially with this pattern, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold you. If I find out that a machine can do this, I certainly will get that machine, because you want to cover more grounds in less time. Thank you, right? I'm so in love with this one. And the worst part about it is this is the one because this is the headband that I was making to go with it. I want to sell it as like well, it'll be separate, but at least people have the options. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm trying to do more things that are like what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to get into the group of doing like matching sets, or things that, are similar to the next or whatever the case may be. But this one I got in like COVID times, and I can't find any more of this type of wool. I did find something similar to it at Walmart the other day, but I didn't want to get it because it looked very different. But honestly, I think I'm gonna get it and see if I can make more with it, see how that works out. And plus, this is cotton. The wool that I saw was I think it was polyester, I believe. Yeah, coordinated, right. That's what I'm looking for. Paul says you're very welcome. Thanks for being honest. How much are you selling it for? For the bag, honestly, I'm thinking around $80. I'm thinking like $80 because it does take like a little time and stuff like that. But eventually it might go a little bit up, and only because I want to eventually add more to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like for this bag, I just love the way it looks inside. Let me see if I can show you guys what the inside looks like. So I love the way it looks inside. So I don't want to add lining to this, but for my future bags, I do want to add lining to them. And also for the future bags, like I want to add a zipper or like, you know what I mean? There's a little hardwares and stuff I would like to add to the bag. So then yes, the price will be a little bit more for that. But for these ones, that's the kind of the price range I'm going for. And for this, I feel like somewhere between like $5 or $10. I don't know, $5 or $10 for this. That's the price I'm going for. I'm kind of waiting till I finish all of them so far. So far I got this one and the blue. I have more of the what I know I have a lot of the blue wool, so I was able to keep this one. This is the one I show all the time. I love this one too, but that one's my favorite. I really can't wait till I find more wool for it because I'm going all out with that. But for this, there's a lot, and I got a new color. Oh my goodness, I should show you guys. Let me show you guys the new wool that I got. I hope I can find it. So I got this one right here. So this is like a right on brand with my logo and stuff like that. It has like the pink and two different shades of green. So I'm gonna make one a bag. I'm gonna make one out of this and see how that turns out. If I like it, I might make more. And then of course I have to get more of this for to create more of those bags. Thank you, Red. Wow, that's a fair price considering all the work you put in and the materials involved. I think it is a fair price. And honestly, I feel like when I see other people like, that sells their creations, like it's a whole lot more. I've seen this girl, I found her well actually YouTube popped her up on my thing. She does crocheting. I forgot her name. Oh my gosh. I forgot her name. But one, I love her personality, and two, she does characters, like, you know what I mean? And she has like a style that she uses. Some people think it's ugly. Some people I think they're very cute. They're very unique. And she sells one for $500. I was like, okay, girl, do your thing. But she also says that it takes her 20 hours to create one. 20 hours. That's one thing. Like, if I'm supposed to make something that, takes 20 hours to make one thing, I don't know if I could do that. Because that means like all she does literally every single day is crochet. From she'll wake up till she go sleep, she'll crochet. The next day, crochet. And she be getting orders. When is it gonna done? Right? So for me, I can't do that. I think that's one thing. Like when it comes to me creating stuff, it's one thing I always try to consider, like the time frame. Like how long is this gonna take me, or is it a situation where because I'm just doing this one thing, I'm gonna be a little bit slower, but later on I will pick up the pace type of thing. Because if I'm like if you're running a business by yourself, like you can't be taking no 20 hours on no one project. You can't. You can't. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna hold you. Like when I first started doing the bags, but it's because I had to learn the pattern and stuff like that. And I had to get into a group. My first live I did with the pink one, I was showing you guys how I was doing the pink one. And that took me a whole entire day. Actually it took me 2 days. Because it took one day. I took a day and a half to do the two panels. And then it took another day to do the side piece. That's what I call it. A whole day. So I'm not. It took some time, but now depending on like it'll take me half a day to do one bag, and the reason why it takes me half a day is only because I have obviously other things that I have to do. Like I still have to cook and clean and other little one two, like. But yeah, no, I have to. I can't. I can't do that. I can't do it. But I'm so excited for this one. How do you guys think this is gonna turn out? Like, what do you guys think about this? Let me hold on. Let me take this off and see. Like, look at it, good, good, good. What do you guys think? Do you think this is gonna make a good little bag? Honestly, I'm such a visual person. I could always see it, but for this one, it's more of an experiment. Because I honestly, really and truly, I'm gonna be real with you guys. Like, I think it's gonna be really nice, but then it's so contrasting. It's like contrasting colors because like nobody really walks around wearing green and pink. Nobody really wears these colors. So I'm a little bit iffy about it. Half day is good. You will get quicker with the time. That's great considering that it took me 3 days before. 3 days before. I don't think that it would like I could get quicker with the time, honestly. And the reason I say that is because I've gotten very, very like I've gotten way better. But my thing is like I have to stop here and there to cook and to clean or you know what I mean? Especially like this week is my daughter's birthday. Like we had a rib fest. Tomorrow we're doing painting because she celebrates all week. We're doing painting. Like right now she went out. She celebrating her birthday all week. She went out. What is she gonna go do? I don't know what she's doing today. But tomorrow she's doing painting and she's going to like the gun range. She wants to do that for her birthday. And then on Thursday, there's a place we found in Toronto. I didn't even know Toronto had these places. I might go live and show you guys that. It might not be like a long live. It depends because I don't know how it's set up and what their do's and don'ts are, their rules and regulations, their policies, all that stuff. I don't know. But if I'm allowed to, I might go live. Wait, today is Tuesday. Sorry, not tomorrow, Thursday. Yeah, I might go live and show you guys it because I think it's like a really good thing for people who have small business or even just people that want to take pictures for their families or whatever in Toronto because you normally see these things like in America, but you don't really see these things in Toronto. So it's a little space that you could rent out and you go if you have products, you could go and take your products. You could take pictures of yourself. So for her, she's not doing products. She's gonna take birthday pictures of herself. So I'm like, yes, let's do this. Simone TV says, I love that color. Yeah, it is. It's the colors. Well, it's part of the colors in my brand. Minus like it's missing the black and the white. But yeah, I'm trying my best as I grow in my business and grow in myself. I'm trying my best to make sure I always incorporate my colors in everything. in everything. And I think the reason I push for this as well is because one time I was on Canva, and Canva, they collab with, I don't remember what the name of the what I don't remember what it was, but basically when you enter your name, you can enter any name, and then it pops up like your brand colors, your logos, and all these different things, right? And like it give you a little information on your brand. Me personally, I put my name in it just for fun because I didn't even know my brand was branding like that. But I put my name in it and it popped up, but the colors were off. They were off. I'm like, this is not my brand colors. Like it's my logo, and it showed like my different platforms and stuff like that, everything with my name and stuff like that. But it didn't, the colors were off. And I realized from then that I was like, I'm doing something wrong. Like I need to do better. And I understood why it was like that because I post my logo all the time, but I don't always be representing my brand colors. Like sometimes I'll be posting like orange or blue or something like that. So now I'm more intentional, and that's why when I post on my channel, my page, my thumbnails, I use my brand colors. I'm trying my best when I create things to use my brand colors so people could know, like, let me catch up. Paul says it's beautiful. Please next time do a live stream on how you do it. If possible, we will be here watching and learning. I got you. I got you. I got you. Red says great idea. We'll just call him Paul. Malawi. Paul says just throw in the gun range so random. I'm a random person. Wally says K, and Wally says, how are preparations for your daughter's birthday going? They're going good. They're going good. I don't want to say here, even though she doesn't watch my lives, but you just never know, you never know. But I have a little surprise for her for her birthday. Her official birthday is on Friday. So I have a little surprise for her. As I said, tomorrow she wants to do paint night. We're doing paint night in the nighttime, and she's also going to the gun range in the daytime. Um, on Friday, her official birthday. I'm sorry, Thursday, she's going to get her pictures taken, and on Friday, she's going out for dinner with one of her best friends, and then I have something planned for her during the day. She doesn't know yet. Little order coming through, so yes. Red Room says, Novelty, did you get the new music? I did. I did, and I was able to listen to all of them, and I love them. I love them. I love them. If I wasn't using my phone, I would have been able to play it for everyone to hear it. Wow, you are very organized. That's good. I try to be. I'm really, honestly, once upon a time I would say yes, I am very organized. Nowadays, I do my best. I do my best. I'm not always that organized. Let me see if I missed anything. Okay, I caught up. She's a mom. Right? I'm telling you. Mm-mm. I love this color. Sorry, I'm just admiring the color one more time. I need to go back, and I just realized from my travel at Walmart that Walmart is really like Walmart's beating the competition, but Walmart is beating the competition. Well, I realized like Walmart. I remember when I was younger. I don't know if you guys remember how Walmart used to be, but they used to have like sewing stuff. I remember that. They had sewing stuff, a lot of toys, obviously a lot of like household stuff. Look at one, two electronics. But now, like when I walk into Walmart and I see, especially like the Walmart I grew up with, when I walk in there and I see like a whole grocery section, and I'm like, wow. And not only that, but their craft section has expanded so much. I even seen that they were selling molds for resin. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're selling molds. They now have they now have lining and fabrics. And I'm like, hold up, Walmart. Like they had like a 1-2 before, but not that much. And I'm like, hmm. Even the stuffing for the teddy bears and stuff, like as we speak right now, trust me, I want to just pack up and go do live at Walmart as I walk around and look at stuff. 'Cause I'm now obsessed with Walmart. The one thing I wish though, Walmart, if it's to this, please step up your will game. Okay? I feel like not all Walmarts are created equal when it comes to knitting and crocheting because the one close to me, that's like a walk, only has a handful of stuff, and I have to go some miles just to get variety. So, Walmart, step it up a little bit, okay? All right. Thanks in advance. Hello from NYC. Hi, Jason and Gina. Thank you so much for coming. I am Novelty. Welcome to my channel. My channel is a creativity, well, it's a business channel where, I try to turn my creativity into a lifestyle while sharing my business ventures. This live, however, is not necessarily business business related. However, I'm trying to get in my watch hours and I'm trying to get comfortable with the camera going live, showing my personality, getting people to know me, build a community and such and such. And so I'm here trying to find 1, 2 subjects. And today's subject, we were talking about adulting. The first question that we had asked earlier was, what is one thing that your parents told you as a child that you now realize as an adult is a myth, like it's a whole lie? So if you want to answer that, you can go ahead. Hey, Kyle. So I was showing my bag. Let me see. I was showing, oh, wrong bag. Hold on. So I was showing them, hey, how are you? I was showing them my bag. So this is one of the other bags I created. I have 3 of them. I did the pink one so far. You guys always see the blue. So that's what you missed so far. And then I bought new wool to try a different venture from Walmart a couple days ago. So I was showing them that. And I started off on a new little venture for the keychains. So I have these little mini purses that I'm trying to create keychains out of. So that's all that I've did so far, Kyle. Not you didn't miss much. You did not miss much. Let me read some comments. Let me scroll. Hold on. Okay. So Paul says network is not stable here. I don't know. It's okay. Take your time. Like if you gotta go, that's okay. I appreciate you being here. Or for us, I can still see your comments and all that good stuff. Simone says, Novelty, you are so creative. Thank you very much, Simone. I love creating. It's like my biggest obsession. And it's so funny because when I was growing up, it was something I liked, but I realized as I got older, I kind of strayed from it. And I don't know, somehow I kind of rallied back and I'm loving it over here. Red Room says, fun fact, what's the biggest toy distributing company in the world? The biggest, I want to say Toys R Us, but Toys R Us is out of the way, so I would say Walmart. My next guess. Tell me if I'm right. Jason and Gina says red. Red said J and G. Simone TV says Jason and Gina, hi. Jason and Gina says Simone, hey boo. Red says Natalie, these are my mentors. Okay. Nice to meet you guys. Jason Gina says red with hearts. Simone says you are doing so well, my love. Thank you. I'm struggling over here. But I made up my mind that I'm gonna do it regardless. And I think I read when she says, "Hey girl, hey." I think Red says, "Big up Gina," and heart, heart, heart. And then Simone says, "Ah," and then says, "Hey Red, hey Simone." And then Red says, "Ah," and then he gave you a drink. Red says, "Welcome in, guys. Thanks for supporting." Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Simone says, "Ah, forgive me. I'll soon get back to you, my love." Gina, I'm sorry. Red says, "Gina, this is my local prodigy from Toronto, Canada." Jason June says, "I appreciate you, Simone. I will check you out on my bus ride home." Says, "Simone, ain't nobody thinking about you." And she roll her eyes, girl. Red said, "McDonald's is a McDonald's." That just caught me just in my tracks. McDonald's. Wait, let me go up and read the question again, because maybe I missed. McDonald's? Oh, McDonald's reaching at this. Simone says, "Thank you so much, Jason and Gina." Simone says, be kind." Gina and Jason and Gina says, "Simone," with a smile. Jason and Gina says, "Where are you from?" I am from, well, I was born in Jamaica, but I live in Canada, Toronto. Jason just says, "Okay, we are thinking about taking a road trip out there. I'll keep you posted, bro." And says, just laughing. Jason says, "Happy Meal toys." Dang, that's how much Happy Meal toys McDonald's be making? I'm not gonna lie, like when my kids were younger, those toys were off the chain. My kids love those toys. Red Room says, "Gina, that would be amazing." Jason Gina says, stop Simone." Said, "Naughty, always giggling. I love it." I think my whole entire existence, that's one thing everybody always points out. Everybody always points out. But I want to say, "Oh, you can laugh, so girl." I don't know. I had to bring my tumbler on board today because I realized every time I do these lives, my throat be getting extra dry. And I low key over here be like KOD on the dry air. So I'm like, I'll come prepared this time around. It's to hide her nervousness. I think it is, it could be. It could be. That could be the reason. Actually, I do laugh when I'm nervous. Honestly, I laugh. It's so crazy because I laugh when I'm nervous. I laugh when I'm happy. I laugh when I'm sad. It might be a twitch. I don't know. Although right now I'm actually not I'm not nervous right now. Surprisingly. I was earlier when the live started. But girl, warm up on things. Jason just says, "Red, looking forward to your Jamaica content. We're working on our series now." Now she's self evaluating. I am. Go watch my first live stream. Like your very first ever live stream. Like from back in the days live stream. Simone, were you nervous on there? But you're doing very well, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I feel like for me, what I have to work on mostly is talking because I talk so much on live stream and I don't in real life I don't do this much talking. It was just 2 months ago. That was your first very live stream was only 2 months ago? Wow. The way how you're so good at it, like I would have thought you've been doing this for like years. But I laughed the whole live. Really? I said, "Gina, I have the footage of JA coming soon." I said, "I'll twitch like those lobster fingers." All right. Jason and Gina says, "Well, Simone say yes." I know I haven't been doing that much earlier today. You know? Thanks, all. I almost forgot. I had to get back into character. This is all. How do you know about the lobster fingers? She saw the Hi Hassan. I'm doing good. How are you? Thank you for coming in. She was here on the live and she saw the shots. They said we will be returning to our Friday night live very soon. I have to come over there. Hassan says Red's room salute. Hassan says salute to the chat. Red's room says Hassan, big up brother. Hassan says Simone TV. He sends roses and hellos. Simone said, did all see the shorts? I think so. Quite a few people seen it. Novelty, I'll shine the light on you. Get ready. You also, Simone. Okay. Rest says, yes, Gina. Kicking it with J and G. Hassan says, Jason and Gina. Peace sign, 100%. Simone says, Hassan. Cool, naman. Hassan said, hi. Jason Gina says, hey, Hassan. The light. Simone says, the light. Red says, thanks, Gina. I will remind them to show up. Yes. I have to put it in my calendar. Honestly, a lot of times I have to put everything in my calendar. Otherwise, I will forget. I need a notification to pop up. Gina says, I appreciate you, brother. Ah says, you followers should be called little lobsters. Little lobsters, they're royalty fams. Maybe when I what do you call it? When I get a what do you call it? A membership? Is that what you call it? The membership program? I'll call it Little Lobster membership. That to you will love J and G. Okay. Someone said LOL, I'll be waiting. Red said 100%. Hassan said, hi. For certain, for certain, for certain. Red, so you need to make a song, a lobster claw song. Lobster levels. Yeah, no, for real, for real. I think I just might when I get to my membership, I'm gonna have the lobster levels. Yeah, so the level 1, 2, and 3. I said, hey Hassan. Now I just have to start figuring out like what's gonna be included in those levels. I might have to come up with lobster titles for each one of them. Maybe Lobster Baby, Lobster Senior, and Lobster Junior or something. The Lobster League, lobster emojis, Rasta Lobster, Don't Make Me Love, Nicole Lobsters. I can't manage. I'm still at work listening. Okay, it's Jason and Gina. I can't manage. No. But yeah, so guys, so next week, honestly, this week I have wanted to have done some resin. I know Paul says he wants to see the crochet. So maybe it depends. If I don't finish the bags by then, maybe I will do a live with me doing the bags. Or maybe I'll do a live doing some of these. Yeah. Which one? Should I do the bags or should I do the keychains on the live? Or then again, I could do one day, one another time. I also want to do I want to do some resin stuff. I was supposed to do that today, but I was like, let me sit down and chat like a bit more today. So I want to do some resin one of these lives so you guys could see how I create like my resin keychains and stuff like that. I have two concepts that I want to do. I seen one that's going around, a trending one where, but I don't know if my UV light is strong enough for this, but I could try. So this one is where they have a string and they put the resin on the string, and they use the UV light is supposed to cure it, so it cures the drips. That's the concept, and then you make the jewelry out of it. I haven't done that before, so I'm like, maybe I want to try that on the live for the first time. And the other one is another technique that I've seen going about the place, and you make like clear keychains out of the UV resin, and then you dip them in different color paints. So I was thinking to do that with my teddy bears. I don't know what you guys think. Should I do a live about that? And I also want to do a live with me making my beads. What's resin? It's a liquid. It's a liquid that turns into a solid. It cures into a solid. It comes in two parts, a part A and a part B. You have to mix both of them into a component, and that's what makes the resin. Um, I don't have it up here with me. I will show you guys, but if I do the live, then you guys will be able to see it. But basically, it's how I make my keychains. So a lot of the keychains that you guys seen, or even these earrings, matter of fact. So this was made out of resin. So it's just a two-part component, two-part liquid that you mix and you pour it into molds, and then when it hardens, it forms into the shape of whatever the mold is. So this was a hexagon, so it came into this. This one was a square, the mold, and then you do your little one too. So I drew my little Tweety bird on this one, like clear PVA glue. And not quite, but yeah, something like that. Um, you were speaking art language. Oh, make sure you safety gear with it. It can be damaging to your health. It's true. It's true. It can be very detrimental. But even though the resin I have is the safer ones and it doesn't have all the extra stuff, I still use like my gloves and stuff like that. I don't use the harsher resin brands, the ones that have like all those chemicals and stuff. And I do my best to always be doing it in a very ventilated area to make sure that the fumes and everything that it gives off is not stifling me or my family members. Jason Gina says it's a Louis Vuitton inspired crochet bag. Mm-hmm. Epoxy, yes, epoxy. Y'all know what epoxy is? Simone says, "Wow, I didn't know that." Yeah, that's two things I want to do. I want to learn so many different things. I want to do some clay stuff too. I want to learn clay stuff because I feel like with clay there's more flexibility when you're doing like your like certain pieces and stuff like that. Because I need to do some. I see some abstract earrings that I really love, and I want to add some abstract earrings. Like I could still do it with the resin, but I would have to literally hand draw everything, which I don't mind, but I want to try. I want to try some different things. I have to slow down though, because that's my problem. I get into doing so many things all at one time, and then I end up with like 50 different unfinished projects. Simone says yes, Jason and Gina. But you guys still didn't answer. Do you guys want to see like the resin creations on one live, and then Paul already said he wants to see the crochet, so that's fine. That I could do that. Cement cracks. I feel like proxy is different though. Oh, okay. Here's a good example. Have you guys ever seen I don't know if you guys ever seen these, but you see like when they have like the videos of the people that's decorating the house. Sometimes they do the tables, like you could use it on tables. Sometimes like they use it to seal like the countertops, depending on what you're using. But sometimes they use the resin to seal the counter. Like when they're doing the marble resin tops, they often use the resin or the epoxy or the florins. I don't know if you guys ever see the florins where they have like they'll have either pennies underneath it or flowers or some kind of pattern or whatever. So that would be epoxy, but that's like on a broader scale. I would like to see either. Don't forget about making blanks that other crafters can use to make their crafts. That is true. That is true. I've never thought about making blanks. I've never thought about that. But yes, I'm gonna start considering that. Jason Gina, thank you all. Jason Gina says I'm here for all of it. Okay. Resin keychain blanks. Pre-cured. Yeah, I should. Do you know what? Yeah, I think that yeah, that's a really good idea. And especially if I'm showing them on live and stuff like that, it would also bring in more people because people are gonna want to see it and be like, "Oh my gosh, where can I get that?" And I'll be like, "Oh, girl, don't worry," or "Fellows, don't worry about it. I got you." That is an awesome idea. And keep me occupied too when I don't have nothing else to do. And you guys are gonna see the whole process. Sell it as a package. Yes. I was thinking too, like, cause I have these like little mini princess keychains that I do, and I draw them on and stuff like that. I was thinking like I can make those into like little packages too, like so people could like sell them as their own little keychains and whatever the case is. And the good thing about resin that I like is resin you can sell it for like a decent price because you can make a good amount of it, and depending on how small it is, it doesn't take much resin to create something unless you're making like a bigger project. Oh, let me show you guys a resin something. Hold on. Okay, so these are some of these things I think. Like you just opened up a whole new door for me, girl. So like stuff like this, like see, this was made out of the resin, right? I think this will be so good because this is like I just made this for myself for my business to hold like my thank you cards and stuff like that. But I feel like something like this would be so good, and like they could probably like customize like their brand colors, like if it's like for brands or whatever, maybe customize their brand colors, and then stuff like this. So this I made out of resin as well. This is the thinkers. You guys see these all the time. And then this I make to hold my but these ones I just made as props for my like I just made them for my workroom, to pretty it up and stuff. And I use these as props to when I'm taking my pictures and stuff like that. And this also I use this as a prop when I'm taking my pictures and also to hold like the look of bracelets and stuff I do. So I don't know. Should I start like putting these out? Putting these out? And I think I'll also have to look for some more. I'll have to get some more molds. I have to do some research because I have to see like what's really popping, what people would really want as blanks. If you can make a Prince Purple inspired design, you have a customer. A Prince Purple inspired design. Like Prince the singer? Are we talking Prince the singer? I feel like y'all finna to push my creativity to a whole different level. I'm about to explore ventures I didn't even know. Honestly, I will try. I'll have to like experiment with it first. Maybe I'll experiment with it on a live and then we'll take it from there. Because that's something I've never done before. I've never done that before. I have to see how that is gonna work out. I'm a big fan. But I actually, you know what? I think I know how I can do that. Actually. Okay, so do you know what? Not n- yeah, not this Tuesday coming, but maybe the Tuesday after, like 2 Tuesdays down. Maybe that would be like my first resin project. I'll do like a Prince inspired something, crafting something. I don't know, on the live. Yeah, I think I'll do that and then we'll see. And then if it works out, then but I kind of have a visual. I'm getting a visual. Take your time. Yeah, I'll kind of get a visual. When I get an idea, like I get all these images pop into my mind all at one time. I said, sorry, did you answer about the cutting machine? Had a phone call also encapsulate to make the prints thing. Um, wait, I have to scroll up. What was oh, okay. Do you have a cutting machine? I don't have a cutting machine. Well, I have a cutting machine, but not one that's gonna like I can't cut I know what you're thinking about, like, to cut name tags and stuff like that. Like, my cutting machine doesn't allow me to do that. I have a Cricut machine, but it only does but so much. But there's other ways to go about it. Because there's, I can't think about the name right now. There's so many different ways to make it without the cutting machine. Shrink wrap. You could do it using shrink wrap. You can make blanks using shrink wrap. Lobster finger time. As you know. I think that would be a really good thing. If I could use the shrink wrap, and that's another thing I always want to experiment with. I think I could probably make some keychains, some inspired who keychains. I'm gonna try both ways with the resin and with the shrink wrap. That would be awesome. That'd be so awesome. If my dang, I walked with my tumbler. I don't even know where I put it. If my thing was girl, Cricut does everything. What you talking about? It does, but you have to have a Cricut maker. I have a Cricut Explorer 2. I would I would have to get like a Cricut Explorer 3 or a Cricut maker because I don't think because well, I can possibly try with Explorer 2, but I would have to research and get like better cutting needles that could actually cut through it. I have two makers. See? Yeah, I don't have the maker. Cause honestly, like me and my Cricut, we have like a love-hate relationship. So because of that, I was never really interested in getting the new one. But I went to Walmart when I went to Walmart a couple days ago, because I live in the craft section. I noticed that the machines are so cheap. The Cricut maker was I think 248 or something like that. And the Explorer 3 was a little bit more. I think it was like something like 268 or something like that. And I was like, I remember when it came out, it was so much more expensive. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, girl, do you need to get you one of these? But I don't know. Cause like I said, I don't use my Cricut like I don't know. I don't know if I'll be exploring more things like that to upgrade my Cricut machine. Cause right now I use my Cricut machine for my vinyls. I do my vinyl, my t-shirts, like this is one you guys see on the display. Like, see, like to cut my vinyl because it does good cut in my vinyl, and I use it for whenever like I want to put my logo somewhere, and I wanted to use it for stickers, but for some reason, no matter how much I collaborate the machine, it messes up my stickers every time. So I hand cut my stickers because normally like when I do stickers, it's like I have like a customer that always she always requests like customized stickers for her brand. So I do her stickers for her, and I always have to hand cut it. And she be asking for like sometimes she want 100 today, next time maybe like a 200, and I hand cut that. It takes me like 2 days because the cricket is so messed up. Says they are cheap now because they make all the fancy new ones. That's true, and I think because there's so much different competition. I heard that Silhouette is really good. Have you tried Silhouette? I wanted to try Silhouette. I see people raving on about Silhouette. I want to try Silhouette. I want to try that so bad. Wow, 200 hand cut. Yeah, the Explorer will work. The Explorer will work fine. Just use it to cut vinyl and encapsulates the cut items inside of the resin. Also, the stickers laminate them first, then cut. My stickers for the sticker sheet I use, I don't laminate mine because it's actually really good and it's waterproof. It's actually really, really good. But I have considered like laminating them. I said if I was to sell, because I started selling stickers and stuff like that, but that didn't get too far, and I was like thinking about doing them again because a lot of people love stickers, and I realized that. So I was thinking of getting a laminating machine and some decorative laminating paper to put over it. Sparkle, sparkle. um, Red's room says interesting stuff, right? I'm telling you, I could talk creative stuff like all day. I could talk art, and I'm so glad like all speaks my language. All speaks my language. Like we've been to do a hostile takeover with just art, 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 art in this thing. Cause I'm telling you, lasta finger na linga. You know, yes, I do that for permanent tumbler stickers. I've never cuz for my tumblers, I do sublimation. Do you put resin on your tumblers? I love your glasses. Thank you. I actually got these online. Shots. I don't remember. I got these a while back, but it was from an online brand. It was like one of those little brands that popped up. If I remember when I come on your live, I'll tell you what it is. And they're very cheap. These were like, I think they were $10. They were $10 and they shipped them. If I had my prescription on hand, I could have just made them put it on online, but I just bought them and then I brought it to my eye doctor and had them put in my prescribed lens. Everybody loves these glasses. I love them too. These are the reasons why I wear my glasses because before these came, I'll be walking around blindsided. Everyone be like, "Girl, wear your glasses." I'm like, but now, Resume says, "TK, welcome in. Welcome in, TK." Says, "I will shut up now." No, girl, continue. We talking. It's a whole vibe, but I'm pretty sure there's people on here that is coming in that might be interested in all these little creativities and little things. Small TV says, "Hi, TK, how are you?" Red Room says, "Gina, I can see why." Jason Gina said, "Thank you." TK says, "Good, good, Simone, thanks." Jason Gina says, "Funky." Says, "I don't do resin because my home studio is not ventilated enough. I do them and take them to my resin girl to get covered." Okay, 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 okay. I've always seen the resin tumblers and thought that was so intriguing, but I've never honestly I just stuck with the sublimation tumblers because I don't know those I be creating some stuff and they be coming together with the sublimation. I love all things sublimation. Natural Vibe says TK thanks. Red Room says thanks for the support, guys. We appreciate it. Yes, I really do 100% appreciate it. Thank you. If there's any crafters in the room, what's a crafters emoji? Put up a what do you call it? A paintbrush or something. Or they have the they have the little paint palette. You could put that up or something. I don't know. I really don't craft as much as I used to though. My brand marketing biz is taking all my time. But with three kids, those skills come in clutch, right? It's so funny because like when my daughter was growing up, she used okay, I see you, Gina and Jason. She used to always bring home her art stuff to me, and I used to draw like when she had like certain projects and stuff, I would draw it for her. Reg, what is that? I would draw it for her, and I realized when she was in grade 11, she was her favorite anime character. Um, she was who was her favorite? I don't remember her favorite. She's been upset when she told me like a million times, but she has a favorite anime character. And one day she asked me if she could draw him on the back of the door, and I'm like, yeah, sure. And when I say that girl could draw, I'm like, hold up a minute. I'm like, so this whole entire time, you know, your whole entire existence throughout school, you had me doing your schoolwork and drawing everything for you because I did it because I thought she didn't know how. I'm like, you see, if you had done this earlier, I would never. Because she has so much skills. Girl, you look 20. Thank you. People say this, and I'm still. I don't. Is it? I don't know. I have like a debate with people when it comes to like my age and stuff because people be telling me that, and I'll be like, for me, sorry, for me, I see my age, but everybody else sees something different. Gina, red card. You played yourself. How about that, Revs? How about that? Gina said twins. No, I really need to get into it. Do you know what I want to? Let me see. I taught my 7-year-old to use this cricket. You're gonna learn today. Stop hating, bro. I try to teach my daughter, but my daughter, she's not into. My daughter, she likes to build stuff. She likes to build things, but she's not so much into like the cricket and stuff. She told me the other day, she's like, Mom, she's like, maybe in the next 20 years, she's like, maybe in the next 20 years, I'll learn to sew and I'll learn to crochet and do the things you do so I can help you out. I'm like, girl, the next years, I'll be done have employees doing that. I'm gonna have me some employees. And you want to learn 20 years from now when I need help now. But I still want to get into it. Them school projects though. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like I love the school projects. I think because like it was actually the only time at the time that I actually had to really like express my creativity and get into it because most majority of my time was work, taking care of my two kids, cooking, cleaning, like going grocery shopping. That was like my whole entire life right there. So I didn't really get to like sit down and draw anything or get into my creative element like that. So when my daughter came with her schoolwork, I was like, bet. My son, on the other hand, like throughout his whole history of going to school, when he was going to school, he graduated a couple years back. But when he was going to school, like this boy has never had homework a day in his life. Never. From day one, I'll be like, I'll ask my daughter, I'll say, Shari, where's your homework? And she always brings her homework and she asks for help and stuff. And my son, every time he comes home, I'll search his bag. The bag is always empty. And I'll say, Lige, where's your homework? And he'd be like, oh, my teacher didn't give me no homework. And back then he had like this little high pitched squeaky voice. He'd be like, my teacher, she didn't give me the homework. And I'll be like, Lige, are you sure? Because everybody else has homework. Shari gets homework. Like, even the kids in my daycare, we be giving them like a homework. How come you are so special? You never get homework? And he'd just be like, oh, well, actually, because I finished my homework really quickly at school. So I always had to like call the teacher, and I had to make an arrangement with the teacher for her to actually like hand the homework over to my daughter so she could bring it home so I can help the boy with the homework. Because other from that, he ain't bringing home no homework, school projects, nothing. And I'm like, I don't know how you got by in school like that. My son, he was like, I don't know. I said my son is a cooter, but for those science fair projects, go get that cutting machine, buddy. Do you, boo? Says no homework. We making some homework up there. My kids can't stand me. I'm telling you, I trust me because honestly, I feel like if I didn't do that with my son, I don't know where he would be in life. I went to the dollar store, and I love the dollar store for this because you know how the dollar store they have the little educational books. I don't know if they still have them now, but back then they had them, and I'll just go there and buy those. And then the printer, like I don't know if you guys are aware, but if you guys have like a HP printer, if you have the HP app, there's like a section on it. And when you go on it, it has like different things. Like they have like learning things, they have crosswords you could print out. They have if you're into coloring, they have coloring pages. They have I don't remember, but there's like a variety of things on there and a whole bunch of educational things. And I used to always print those out for my kids. Like it came in clutch. So if you guys have HP, like go ahead and like when you guys go into the app and explore and stuff like that. I believe they even have like some budget and stuff like that. Like HP is wanting with things. See? Yes, the HP Smart app. They're wanting. I didn't even know that. And it's so funny because a lot of times people get printers and they don't explore these things. They just use it to print and whatever. But I'm so happy I went into it and get to experiment and look out and stuff like that. Cause I used to like print out the little printouts before I start making my own. And me and my kids, we sit down and we be coloring and painting with the little HP coloring pages that they offer. It'll be a trip. It'll be such a trip. What are some of the other projects that you want to get into in the future, or anybody else on here that's into creativity? And what are some things you guys want to learn? What are some things you guys would like to learn that you guys don't know how to learn? And you guys know, like, I love to do my little tutorials. I haven't done any in a while, but since I'm building a community and, I'm getting interactions at least on my lives, if you guys have like any designs or anything you guys would like me to venture off on my channel, let me know. Let me know. I haven't had any ideas for anything lately to come up with because I don't know. But I find like that when people ask me to do something and I do it, like they come out very well and people love those. So if you guys have like any local, sometimes you have a concept, you guys don't know how to go about it, putting it out there and stuff like that, creating it, let me know and I could make a little video and create it for you guys and you guys have that. Like, that's one of the other purposes of my local channels and stuff like that. I wanted to share what I can with you guys so you guys can branch off. So my dog, he's downstairs fighting with the squirrels outside. He gets offended when they come in the backyard as if the world isn't a big place. Girl, I get my dollars worth as you should. Um, Jason Gina says, my workday is done. It was nice being here. Thanks, Reds. Blessings, novelty, and chat. See you all soon. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you coming through. Have a great day. Have a very, very, very lovely day. And I'll see you on your live. I'm going to come over to your channel and check it out. I don't know if I did, but I'm going to come check out your channel when I finish. See what's going on. Make sure I put on my notifications so when you go on lives, I can. I closed my jewelry business 2 years ago. I have put all my eggs in branding strategy, illustration, baskets. Everything else is just fun. Well, you have to do what's working for you because if that's working out for you, then go right ahead and do just that. When I was doing, there's one business venture that I regret not keeping up with, and it was with my AI group because I was doing classes and stuff like that. But honestly, like the Facebook people really start to get to me. The Facebook people really start to get to me. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do classes anymore. But the people are loving it, and it's so funny because the other day, like I went on my Facebook and I realized somebody left me a comment, and the comment I didn't get a notification for, but the comment was from like 4 weeks ago. I still replied and I apologized, but they were asking like, do you still do your classes? That was one thing that was going good, but I can't deal with the Facebook people. Jason Jin said we just dropped the last video for our Africa series. Stay tuned for Jamaica. I'm gonna go see that. I love anything to do with Africa, like the ventures and stuff, because when people are vlogging, like I get to see like more of Africa and all these years of being lied to where they make it seem like Africa only was like villages and starving children. Now we know better. You can always revisit it. Africa, I want to, but Africa sometimes like the I don't know. I feel like the type of media that be hitting me in regards to Africa kind of got me nervous and stuff like that. I'm just like, I have to find the nicer places. I'll come see it after this one. She'll be there in 10 minutes. No Facebook. I can't deal with Facebook. And it's so funny because one of the females that was in my group, one because I told you guys I had a few moderators and I had one other admin, and the 2 days ago, actually on the weekend, I seen she left a message. I've seen that she left a message on my thing, but it wasn't like the name I was used to. But then she put like the name that she goes by, and I'm like, oh my goodness, and I'm like, YouTube be YouTubing, because the fact that like you came on YouTube and found my video, I was like, okay. Don't sleep on posting pre-recorded classes. They pay and sign up and get your intellectual property. All those years of knowledge that you've gained is worth a tangible amount. That is so true. I it's so funny because I was thinking about the same thing today because I thought to myself, I was like, um, I had some recordings of the lives from what I did because the lives were very lit. Everybody loved it. And I was like, I should have made a what do you call it? Like I should have put it as a discount and then made it like a digital thing where people could go and download or like somewhere they could access it and continue to, what I mean, see it after the fact or whatever. But honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. But Facebook, the way how Facebook had me, like I was just like, I just up and I was just like, I gotta go, I gotta go, I can't be here no more because the Facebook people are like a different breed, and I realize like for me, I don't know like why I'm so bad lucky, but I feel like every time I go on a different platform, there's always somebody there that's like low key like trying to tear me down. Like when I was on Instagram, there was people like they came and they'll come and they'll be like, "Oh my god, I'm inspired to start my business because I see you pushing and doing your thing and blah blah blah." But then it's like they take over and try to be me. And then not only they try to be me, but it's like they try to like I don't know how to say it, like belittle me while they're trying to be me. And that was like a problem. And I realized like with Facebook it was the same thing because I made my group was growing, and honestly, I know for a fact it would have reached more than 40K had I not made it private. Because it was growing very rapidly and it only took me 2 months to get to that 40K because I was pushing that group. I was pushing, and on top of it, like what I've learned, I was putting into the group and stuff, and people were taking into my creativity. And then people started coming into the group and they were just like, why do you like they were coming to the group telling people like boldly like why are you guys here, come to my group, like this person this and that person that, and I'm like, y'all don't even know me from a can and paint, like how are you guys telling people who I am? Like you know what I mean, like they were like, oh come to this da, 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 and why you do this, and oh, and I remember like there's this one particular person, like she was telling the people in the group like, why do you guys want to pay for classes over here, come to my, you don't have to pay for classes. But you know what they were doing, like they weren't paying for classes. And I never understood how people are, because they would tell them to come to the group and they'll go over to the group where they would offer free prompts and teach them free stuff. But in order for them to get the free prompts and the free stuff, they would have to transfer from the group that they came in into a private group but they had to pay a membership fee to get into that group. And from that group, all the free stuff and the free lives and stuff would be, and the membership fee would be like $200 at $200 for the month. And I'll be like, I was not paying. I was only charging $15 for everything I was teaching you guys, and my stuff were going viral. Y'all were learning, and I noticed that, like, you know what I mean. And I've noticed that here also on YouTube. Like, I see people like trying to be me, and I just look back and I'm like, I'm not running this time. I'm not gonna run this time. Red says, what? Yeah. Look into apps like Skillshare, pre-ordered and paid mean they have to pay just to attempt to. Yeah, like stuff like that. And like it was so bad. It was so bad. And I'm just like, none of you people were here when I was growing the group, because you know how I started the group. Like, I was just posting my creativity. I was like posting. That's all I was doing. I was just creating and posting. People actually liked what I was creating, and they came. And because what I was creating at the time was different from what everybody else was creating on Facebook, because people were just creating like Bugs Bunny and with Big Chain. That's all they were doing on Facebook. I started to create different things. I started to show people you could create stuff like abstract arts, and try to introduce them to different type of artists that you could implement with your artwork, your AI artwork. Like, you know what I mean? And people were upset with that. And I'm like, what exactly are you guys upset about? And like they started coming. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, I'm not built for this. I just want to be free and live and create art. I hope you won't run this time, hun. No, I am not running. No, honestly, I am glad for that experience and stuff, because honestly, the Facebook was my final destination when it came to running, because it did make me realize that I never really face my problems. I run from my problems. Cause that's why I left Instagram. It was the same thing. I run from Instagram. And I was like, hey, maybe it's gonna be different over by Facebook. And I went to Facebook and I was going in with myself and stuff like that. And that happened, and I ran over here to YouTube. And I see the same thing here on YouTube. But I told myself, I was like, you know what? I'm not, because one thing I did learn though from all that running. One was my foot tired, and two, it um delayed me a lot, because had I not run from Instagram, I would have been so much more further on Instagram in terms of my business. Like, and because, and followers and stuff like that. And had I not run from YouTube, Facebook again, I would be further. So I'm not gonna do that over here, because I keep delaying myself. And it's not even like I'm delaying and then I'm like, okay, I give up on it one time done. I still have to come back to the same thing, because look at me, right back right back where I started. Like, right back doing business, right back promoting, then all this type of stuff. So no, I'm not doing it here. Now I just push and be me, because I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? If so much people are trying to be me, I must be somebody great. I must be wanted with something. So I no, I'm not running anymore, because I can't afford. I don't know how much time God blessed me with on this good look of earth. So I can't be wasting my time like that now, running, running. It says, forget them. Your skills are ministry and a great way to honor God. Amen. Use the skills and use them, because even the Bible says money answers all things. Don't worship money, but money does provide freedom. That is so true. That is so true. And that's the type of freedom, because I have a vision. Like, I just want to travel with my kids. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people, they want to get money. Like, they want to get rich because they want to buy expensive cars. And one person want to live in a 50-bedroom mansion, and they don't have no relatives or nobody coming to them, you know? Or they want to have 50 different houses that they're barely going to visit in all different states and countries, and all these. I don't want to do that, because I've never really understood why, like, but I figured, like, sometimes when you don't have things or not used to something, when you do get an opportunity to get it, you go all out, you go all out. And that's another thing my math teacher, the one I spoke about earlier in the life, had taught us in terms of managing money and stuff. he taught us these things and taught us like, don't, when you get money, like the first of money you get, don't go buying big houses and big cars. I remember he even said, I'll say this now. He says, if you ever win the lottery, don't just, the first thing you buy shouldn't be a house or a car. It should be investing it. You reinvest it and leave it and let it sit in the bank and gain interest, and you live off that interest. Just for anybody that needs to know. We gotta run it. Trust me. A real track star in real life. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. But I am not. And honestly, like with this community and stuff like that, this community that I have here and stuff like that, I really appreciate you guys. You guys don't even know. I really, really appreciate you guys. I really, really appreciate you guys. So this alone makes me want to be like, okay, I'm sticking around, rain or shine. I'm gonna stick around and stuff like that. And even when I don't want to post, I can always just come up to your channel and watch you guys lives and videos and just go and chill back on easy, like no pressure. So yeah, I'm not running. I am not running. I'm just gonna have to continue to let my little greatness shine and stuff like that. Although, like, I want to try something though. Somebody's video popped up. I think his name is Nate. I think his name is Nate. He was saying, I don't remember what, honestly, I don't remember what he called it or whatever, but basically he was saying like, don't post for a month. This is what I want to try, because I want to try to reset my channel and stuff, because I realized like my lives aren't doing so bad, for the few that I've done so far. But the videos on my channel aren't doing that great. They're not doing that great, but the shorts are doing okay. The shorts are doing good, and my lives now are doing good. So I want to set a goal to try my best to do more lives, throughout the month and whatever. And I do realize a big change in my watch time hours. Like since I started doing the lives, they're going up a little bit more and stuff like that. And my views are going further out because I I was averaging, like, honestly, Tube was playing. Like it wasn't pushing out my stuff for real. Like for the longest time, like I would only get like 4.4K views. That's all. Like, but now like it's at 10 point something K views. So that's what I'm averaging right now. So that's really good. And that's since I started doing the live. So I'm grateful for that. And somehow, even though like my videos, my long form videos are not showing that it's doing that great, it's pulling in more subs. So I don't know. So I know I have to continue doing everything because everything is beneficial to my channel. It's not like just one. But I don't know. I was thinking if I could reset my channel, because what he was saying was if you stop posting for 1 month, and then when that 1 month is finished, then you start posting. I have to watch this video again. Start posting more, but I think you post like 3 times per day or something, or three at once, and you do that for like a set amount of time, and then you just get back onto a schedule. Apparently, that might reset because he experimented on 2 other channels. So I'm like, should I do that, or should I just continue? Plus, I'm running your play. Yes, and that also has helped a lot because I've been ever since you've been mentioning that. I noticed also that's been a great, great, great leap on my channel. But yeah, I was thinking of that, or I'm thinking like, or I should continue post here and there. But I'm thinking to stop posting long form videos on my channel. I'm thinking to stop posting long form video on my channel for a minute and then just focus on doing lives. What do you guys think? Because I'm thinking I should just head straight on doing lives and continue doing more lives and see if that would boost interest in theory. Yeah, I want to try it. I want to try it, but I think I'll be running you again soon, sis, tomorrow night. Thank you. Yeah, I'm thinking if I should try that. Or like, yeah, I'm thinking if I should just because I don't think if I stop posting long form, it would affect my channel. I think, yeah, just do and should like at least that way like I could like show you guys my creativity on the lives and people could see it, and you guys still talk to me and new people will come and talk to me and all that type of stuff. So I'm gonna think about that. But I think I'm gonna start doing that. Less yeah, I'm gonna cut out the long form and then just continue doing lives. So I probably do like a live like maybe like a 2 or 3 times for the week, or I don't know yet. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna think about it. I don't know why YouTube does that, you know. I think for me, my max before my max was like 1 hour. After 1 hour, it does that reset thing. Now it's 2 hours and it does that reset thing. Um, do more research first. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. Someone says don't totally cut it out, but you're right. Focus more on the lives. They give better watch hours. Yeah, they give better watch hours, and they've also been pushing my content out more because since I've started doing the lives, even though I've only been doing it once a week, I've done my shorts every single day, but I've only done like a few long form, and surprisingly, my views and everything is going up. Everything is in the green now. Before I started doing the lives, even though I was pushing out more long form, everything was going down. So the lives definitely be doing so much more better for my channel. Yeah, definitely be doing 100% more for my channel. So I'm gonna be doing that. Next week I'm gonna do some of these keychains and some do a look of something. And I feel like because I wanna eventually I wanna turn my lives into doing more of my creative stuff, right? Because my channel is supposed to be all about my creative ventures, like you know what I mean, turning my creativity into my lifestyle and obviously like my business ventures. So what better way to introduce it to the world than to do it on lives? And again, people interacting, and I know soon, you know, when I start getting like customers back to back to back to back, once I get more products up and out and stuff like that, I could also do that because I would love to do some what do you call it, some package orders with me on lives and stuff like that because I see people do it all the time, and that's so intriguing to me. I love watching those. Red says it happened. Simone says true. Yeah. Says your passion is evident. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I want to start doing more of that stuff. And I'm gonna use my Cricut more because I it's just sitting there catching dust. Like I use it once every so and often, and I also have to replace my sublimation machine because that's retired, and I'm very upset about that. I'm very upset about that. But I'm gonna replace my sublimation once I can. But for now, I'm just gonna stick to the crochet and stuff like that, and get all that done and finish up the bags and stuff. And yeah, start doing it on a live. I'll show you guys how I do stuff, so people can actually see that yes, I'm doing this stuff. Because I don't want people to feel like I'm buying stuff and saying I did it, even though I show clips and bits of it here and there. But to see the actual process, the whole 2 hours and the time that it takes, will be something. So I'm gonna do that next. I'm gonna look into that. Okay. Any last words, guys? My 2 hours. I've made my 2 hours. I'm losing focus, right, Reds? My 2 hours is officially up, and I am so grateful that you guys spent the time with me. I'm getting better. I am. I'm getting better. I'm doing better. And I'm sticking to it. I said every Tuesday at 4:30, even when I don't even know what I'm gonna talk about, I'm still showing up. So I'm happy about that. Good job on the live, girl. Thank you very much, Reds. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Simone. Thank you. Well, everybody's probably gone, but everyone that's been on here, Manda, um, Malawi, I think I said that right, aka Paul, Kyle. Let's see if I can remember some names. Um, J and G, and everybody else. I'm so sorry if I can't remember everybody's name. I tried my best, but I appreciate everybody. Simone TV, Red's Room. I appreciate everybody. Thank you. I'll see you guys on your lives and also hopefully next Tuesday. Thanks for the
the support, guys. Yeah, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it, 100%. For those coming in, thank you very much for stopping by. This is the end of the live. I will see you guys next Tuesday. But you could also watch the replay if you really want to see what's going on. And we will see you next time. I can't do any redirects. I don't think, yeah, it doesn't allow me to do that. But, oh, before I go, is there anybody's live that I could verbally announce before I go? I could redirect somebody. Someone says, "Oh, I love you. Thank you. Keep pushing, lady. You got this. Thank you. Thank you so much for being with me. Anybody's live I can redirect it to before I go. People are coming in now and I'm leaving. No? Okay. Simone, you going live? Red's going live. Anybody? You going live? Anybody going live today? Right now? No. All right. Simone said, Reds, I love you. Says, bye sis, bye Reds. See you guys later.